Okay, the time has come. Oh, jeez. I'm low-key kind of scared making this video. Not gonna lie. Hello, everyone. Hello, hi, welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you are not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina, and today I am petrified. I'm nervous, so scared. This is gonna be a long video. I can already tell you it's probably gonna be so long because I have a lot to get through. As you can see by the title, obviously, I'm going to be ranking BTS's albums. I've been a fan of BTS for years, going on 5, going on 6, I think. I feel like it's time I do this. Like in my heart, I knew I had to at some point. I know that they just released their single for their upcoming album in October, Dynamite. So that album is obviously not going to be in here. And who knows, maybe by that time when that album comes out, my rankings will change. But right now, this is what I'm going off of. BTS have like a lot of albums. I didn't realize this going in, but they have like 17 albums. They have 17 albums, okay? So, and that's counting the Japanese albums and the repackaged albums. The way I'm going to be ranking the repackaged albums is not from like the original album tracks. So like, for example, Wings and You Never Walk Alone. You Never Walk Alone is a repackaged version of Wings, but You Never Walk Alone has Spring Day, Not Today, and the supplement story and the full outro. So I'll be basing the rankings off of those 4 songs alone, not from the Wings songs on the album. Does that make sense? That's what I'm going to be doing for the repackaged / compilation albums that they have. I didn't put BTS World in this because it's a game soundtrack and there are only like 3 original songs, correct me if I'm wrong. Love them, but they're not in the ranking. Anyway, let's just get started. Oh, by the way, these are my opinions. If you have a different opinion on these, I wouldn't even blame you because it's 17 albums, so of course you're gonna have different opinions on it. 17 albums are a lot, so completely understand. Leave it in the comments below if you have a different ranking system for these, but this is mine, and I hope you guys are willing to hear me out because even I'm not 100% sure on my rankings for this. This has taken me like 3 days to figure out the rankings, and I'm still not completely sure, so please don't attack me. This might change tomorrow, who knows, but I feel like if I don't put this video out at some point, I'm never going to, so today is the day. I have notes over here, so if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my notes for my rankings and ranking systems, and for each album I list, I'm going to be naming my favorite song off the album. So yeah, so the first album on this list in last place, I'm going from last place to first place obviously, is Map of the Soul 7 The Journey, aka their Japanese album. It was like a compilation album of like some of their Persona songs and their Love Yourself songs with a mixture of like new Japanese tracks. I didn't really listen to it until like I decided to make this video because I didn't really feel the need to listen to it. I didn't hear that much about it, so I was like doesn't mean it's bad. BTS doesn't make bad music, that's just like a given. They don't really make bad music, so don't think my rankings are because of that. It's just because this album hasn't really grown on me enough for me to like put it higher. Also, I feel like the original songs, like I said, I'm only basing the rankings for like repackaged albums and stuff like that off of the newer songs. So like the new songs off of this is Stay Gold. Wow, can't English. Stay Gold, the intro, Your Eyes Tell, and then the outro. I'm pretty sure those are, oh, and Lights. Those songs haven't really grown on me like anyone else. Stay Gold is cute. I listen to that a lot, but like I feel like it fits last place. Okay, next one is Too Cool for School. Listen, we all love this album. We all know this album. This is like the baby. This is the Freshman, made in 2013, BTS's first like mini album. This has a special place in all of our hearts because it's their first thing that they put out back in 2013. It's great, it's amazing, but compared to their newer stuff and what they come out with over the years, this is obviously like they've matured over the years, so their sound now is obviously not like this, and that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that like you could tell that this is like it just doesn't compare to the stuff that they've come out with over the years. It's a great album, great debut album as well. If you haven't listened to this whole thing, you should. The intro, Too Cool for School with DJ Frizz, that's great. Also, Like, classic. Like is one of my favorite BTS songs, and it came from this album. Like I said, this whole album is like, the fact that they came out the gate with this, wow, their power immaculate. But yeah, it's getting 16th place on the list. I recommend you listen to it though. Also, the outro is like them rap battling each other, which is also really funny. I haven't listened to this in a while, so like when I listened to this a few days ago to rank them, it brought it, because I haven't listened to their older projects in a while, so it made me feel happy. But it's not high on the list, I'm sorry. Next, y'all are about to be real mad at me. I can feel it. You guys are about to be real mad at me. The next one is Map of the Soul Persona. Look, I get it. A lot of people cherish this mini album. Me personally, I could never get into it. I feel like this is one of their weaker comebacks. Listen, if you like it, that's great, that's cool. However, not for me. I'm not really into like the poppy stuff. I never have been. It's okay for like some instances, and like I'm fine with it. But with this whole mini album, my favorite song on here is Home, and the intro, great. One thing about BTS, they know how to give you an intro. I'm pretty sure that's with all of their albums. They know, like the intros are probably one of my favorite parts of BTS albums because they never miss. The intros are always like, and that goes with this album too. RM did what he had to do with Persona, and I like it, but other than that, I don't like any of other songs all that much. But maybe they'll grow on me, because some of the poppy stuff that BTS does grows on me. But yeah, this for right now, it's just also like, I'm not basing this off of just my preference. I also feel like compared to like their other works, it's just not as high. I don't know why. It's just like when I was ranking these, I was trying to be objective. I was trying to be so objective, and I just don't see this high on the list for their best, which doesn't mean it's bad, again, but it's just not up there. Does that make sense? Like, when you listen to this, do you really think it's some of BTS's work? Like, be honest. Like, it's a great filler album, if that makes sense. Next, we have The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Part 1. Guys, look, the whole HYYH era, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life era, has a special place in my heart because this is when I became a fan. While I was listening to all of their songs, I went through all of BTS's songs in 3 days, okay, so bear with me here. I was so sure that this would be ranked high on my list, but as I went through all of their music, I couldn't lie to myself. This is not as high. Does that mean I love it any less? No. But I have to be realistic here. There has to be a sense of realism here. I'm not delusional in any sense, so therefore it's not that high. However, it's a great body of work. You can't sit here and tell, it has I Need You, game changer. I Need You, I gotta be honest, I Need You is probably one of the reasons why BTS are where they are right now. Not probably, it is. It is, it definitely is. Also, Hold Me Tight, dope. Moving on, look, there's not a single miss, not a single skip in this album. However, it's just not as high. And it makes me so sad to say it. It makes me so sad. It's very consistent though. All of BTS's albums, like, it doesn't sound like a playlist, you know? Like, the sound of each album, like, they know the sound that they're going for and like the concepts and stuff. But that's what a lot of K-pop groups, but you know what I mean. Like, going into this album, you're gonna feel some emotions. You're gonna feel a lot of heartbreak and sadness. But then you have songs like Dope and Boys with Fun, and then you're like, oh wait, this is a fun time. My favorite song for Most Beautiful Moment in Life is probably it's either Converse High or Hold Me Tight. Like I said, has a special place in my heart. Let me move on before I'm gonna ramble. Next one, Love Yourself, Her. Gonna be honest, when this mini album first came out, I did not like it. I thought about the same way I think of Persona. I just didn't like it at first, but then it eventually grew on me. It took like 3 years, but as I was listening to it recently, I realized that there's not a single miss. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could easily skip a few of these, but like not out of like dislike. It's just not my type of vibe. But this is a good mini album. I have nothing bad to say about any of BTS's music, so if you came here for that, you're not gonna hear me say any of that. My favorite song with Love Yourself, Her, it's Dimple or Pied Piper, and I think we all know why. Not even just for the dance, okay? Because I didn't see the dance until like 2 years later. I don't think any of us saw the dance until like a year or two after the songs were released. I fell in love with Dimple and Pied Piper right away. It's probably the only 2 songs I listened to off of this album when it first came out. Also Serendipity, Jimin did what he had to do. It's just that simple. When I hear this album, I don't think of BTS now, which is so crazy because it only came out 3 years ago. So it's a pretty recent album, but like, I just don't think of it as some of BTS's best work because they just continuously top themselves every time. This is like, so it's in 13th place. Yeah. Next, School Love Affair. This album, okay, let me explain. I haven't listened to this album in 5 years, like straight through. It's been 5 years since I listened to this album straight through until recently when I decided to make this video. And let me just tell you, I was not expecting to feel the things I did. Like I nearly teared up. I don't know why. It's not even a sad album. However, I felt so many emotions while listening to it. It's very schoolboyish, hence the term School Love Affair. You could tell that like they're going with that schoolboy concept, and it's like the whole concept throughout the album. This is when we get Boy in Love, iconic. This is when we get Just One Day, another iconic song that I feel like all of you guys sleep on. Stop sleeping on a classic, stop sleeping on a hit. We also get Tomorrow, Enough Said, Anyways, we get Spine Breaker, Jump, a lot of good songs on this album. Like, no one ever talks about School Love Affair, but School Love Affair brought us hits on hits. Like, y'all really, including me, not even just y'all, I also slept. I also enjoy the intro a lot. The intro for this is really nice. A lot of BTS songs that I thought I added to my playlist, I realized were not once I listened back to their music. I added a lot of intros to my playlist. Like I said, BTS know how to do a perfect intro. My favorite song off of this, is this weird to say it's the intro? I don't think it's weird. Their intros are like the length of a song. Like their intros are usually like 3 minutes long, so I feel like that's not a weird thing to say. I think their intro is probably my favorite, either their intro or Just One Day, because Just One Day hits. It hits. If you haven't watched that music video in a while, you should also do that. I didn't rewatch all the music videos like I listen to all their songs. While I was listening to this song, I could see the music video playing in my head, if that makes sense, and I was like, wow, this This is such an iconic moment that none of us appreciate enough. I appreciated it, but I feel like a lot of armies don't. Y'all need to get on it. 11th place, we have the one and only Face Yourself. I'm pretty sure their first Japanese album. This is a masterpiece. This is what I wanted Map of the Soul 7 The Journey to be, and it just wasn't it. I'm sorry. Look, when this came out, the hype for it, not even hype, I don't think fans knew how to process the songs on this album. Like, everyone was kind of in a shook state of mind, including myself. I didn't expect to rank a Japanese album this high on a group's discography. However, what do you want me to do when you have songs like Don't Leave Me, then you have Let Go, a 5-minute jam. It's a straight 5 minutes, and I played through it the whole entire time because it's called art. It's called art. I don't know what you want me to do. Yes, I ranked a Japanese album above Love Yourself Hurt. Yes, I ranked a Japanese album over Map of the Soul Persona. I know y'all are gonna get on me, but I don't care, because what do you want me to do when the evidence speaks for itself? The intro and the outro alone makes this some of it beats out the others alone with the intro and the outro itself. So therefore, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm looking through the track list. What do you want me to say? I'm looking at a straight track list of just bops. Not even the Japanese versions. Best of Me, Blood, Sweat and Tears, DNA, Not Today. Like, even the Japanese versions of songs that they decide to put in this, genius. I don't understand. Excellent. Chef's kiss. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that. Next, we're in top 10 now. We have School Love Affair, the special edition. Now, I know y'all probably looking at me like, what the fuck? You guys are probably like, why did you... It's a whole 2 places above the original album. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And let me tell you why. Let me pull up this track list. I don't even need the track list. I can tell you straight up. 2 words. Miss Right. Miss Right alone puts this album levels above the others. I said it. I said what I said. Miss Right is art. It's a masterpiece. It's a classic. It's a hit. That also a lot of you guys sleep on it. You guys don't give Miss Right its credit. It has Like the Slow Jam remix. I also haven't listened to the Slow Jam remix in a while. I think I only listened to it one time before this. Why was I sleeping? It could arguably say that the Slow Jam remix of Like is better than the original version. I said it and I meant what I said. Hear me out. Listen to Miss Right and tell me that it doesn't exceed all boundaries. Listen to Miss Right and tell me it doesn't go across all lines. The lines have been crossed when it comes to like a hit, like a classic and a hit, and it exceeds both. What do you want me to do? No one talks about it enough. And that was on the special edition of School Love Affair. School Love Affair is already a good album, but once they did this, it exceeded expectations. And this is only like a year after they debuted. Who else? Next. This top 10 I'm really passionate about, and I don't regret anything. Let's go. 9th place, we have The Most Beautiful Moment in Life. Now, did I think that The Most Beautiful Moment in Life would be ranked so low? No. However, it is what it is. The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 2. I don't know if I said that. It's Part 2. This is when I became a fan during the Run era. Yeah, this album has a special place in my heart, but I tried to stay objective. If I really was to be delusional and or crazy, I would have put it higher. However, I know that's just not true. So I put it at number 9, and I meant what I said. It might even have potential to be higher. I don't know how you guys aren't putting it in your top 10, because I feel like a lot of you guys sleep. You guys, this is not an album meant to nap on. This isn't. You need to be awake. Your brain needs to be focused. You need to listen. Cause Butterfly, Walian, My City. Oh my God, I just got rejuvenated. Silver Spoon, House of Cards. Yeah, no, y'all are done. The intro, never mind. Min Yoongi, the explicit version of the intro. We're not doing baby stuff. Nope. Listen to this album the whole way through. It's the one. It should be ranked higher, but I know in my heart it's not. I want to do it so bad, but it's just, there's a difference between favorite and best. And this was the moment. I was there for this, and I'm so happy to say I was, because this, you won't understand it unless you were there. That's the issue. That's the one issue. Yes, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 2 definitely gets top 10, 9th place. Enough said. My favorite off of this, it might be, no, it's definitely Butterfly. What am I talking about? It's definitely Butterfly. Yeah, I like feeling sad. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm a ballad girl. I'm a slow jam type of person. I like songs that hit me in the gut, in the feelings, and that's what Butterfly does to me. 8th place, we have the one, the only, You Never Walk Alone. Like I said, I'm not basing repackaged albums off of the original songs off of the original album. So like, this is a repackaged version of Wings. I'm not basing it off of those songs. I'm basing it off of the newer songs, those songs on the repackaged album. So you got Spring Day, Not Today, the outro, the full version of the outro, and then you have Never Walk Alone, a supplement story. Yes, I love all of these songs. It's like, I feel like I put it in the right place where it's in the middle. It's an 8th. I feel like that's a safe place to put it. Spring Day set a standard in music videos that no one else will ever reach for me. That's a bold statement to make, but Tay already made it himself. Tay already said that this is his favorite music video because he has taste. Look, we're not gonna, because don't get me wrong, Not Today is a really great song, music video, but Spring Day just added, it just, you got a whole, you got like a story, you got visuals, it was a lot. Had to be there. You had to be there to experience. Also, outro Wings. That's also the reason why this is so high. I was mad when they cut the outro short in Wings. I was like, where's Hobie? Where's his verse at? And they gave it to me in this. So therefore, it gets ranked in 8th place. A Supplement Story is very cute. It's a good song as well. It's not like my fave, but also I wouldn't skip it because I have taste. Outro Wings is the main reason why it's this high. I only listen to the full version of this outro. It's disrespectful not to. When this came out, I felt a part of my body just like cave in on itself, but also I felt like this was my moment to shine. I got what I wanted. By the way, my bias is Jungkook. I know it might sound like it's Hobie, it's not, but I was like, justice for Hobie. Where's Hobie? And then I got my Hobie verse and I was living. When this came out, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, finally, the moment is here. The moment has arrived. And it's this. Stream Hope World if you haven't already. Next, we have The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Forever, Young Forever. I was about to say Forever Young. It's Young Forever. What a way to end an era. That's all I've got to say. What a way to end the HYYH era. You guys need to understand. They didn't only put a whole compilation album of parts 1 and 2 of the mini albums. They gave us Fire. They gave us Save Me. And they gave us the beautiful music video of the epilogue Young Forever. Give me a moment. Not only that, they gave us the prologue mix of Butterfly. If you haven't listened to that, you better go listen to it right now. When I tell you, I don't even think I can listen to the original Butterfly anymore. I think I only listen to the prologue mix because like you will feel like I usually don't like remixes, but the mixes that they did for this, like they gave us the full version of House of Cards. That song itself, masterpiece. Anyway, they gave us the full version of Love Is Not Over. Then they gave us a few urban mixes, a few alternative remixes of a few of the title tracks. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to Run, the ballad mix. you might cry, and that's okay. It's okay to cry sometimes. I became a fan of BTS back in 2015 when Run came out. I watched the Run teaser and I heard this and I was like, where is, because I thought that Run was gonna be a ballad and then it wasn't. So I was like, okay, so where's this version that they were playing in the teaser? It took a whole year to get this ballad mix, and I don't take it for granted. It's been 4 years. And I try to play this as much as I can to feel something. You feel something when you hear this. It's like they're and they never perform it. I get so upset. They should. Anyways, yes, this whole album, this compilation, repackaged album, whatever you want to call it, definitely deserves top 10. I don't know what y'all want me to say. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. You can't look at this and be like below top 10. Like that doesn't click in my brain. I'm sorry. Next, we have another classic. Oh, Are You Late Too? Sorry, looking at that title gives me like a headache every time. Like, I don't know how to process that. I don't do like text language, so like looking at that title makes my head hurt sometimes. You might be like, why is this so high up? Can I say R&B legends? Is that too far? I don't think that's too far. I can't. This is literally the same year they debuted. Who else? One word. Coffee. Here's another one. If I Ruled the World. Y'all sleep on that. I feel like many fans are starting to like see it now, but WeOn, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I only try to state facts on this channel. You can't tell me that the outro, Love in School, guys, the journey I've been on re-listening to all of their songs has been wild. I wasn't sleeping, but like, I haven't listened to this album I haven't listened to their earlier stuff in years. So when I went back and listened to it, I listened to it in chronological order from their debut to like where they are now. It's been such a journey. And when I tell you that this, if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. This deserves everything. Gorgeous gowns all around. I'm just... Attack on Bang 10. This is where we got the first cipher. This is where we got the first cipher. Yeah, no. Debate with your mother, not with me. Not with me. It's not the time nor the place. Anyways, yes, this got 6th place. Favorite off of here? I'm thinking, because it might be WeOn, but then again, Cypher is a thing. It's between those two. Yeah, it's between those two. Don't make me pick, please. That's rude. We're in top 5. Now, this is when things started to shift. Because going into this video, I already had in mind what my top 3 was. And then I listened to their music and I was like, nope, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. Because I based my assumptions of top 3 were based off of favoritism. And I tried not to base the list off of favoritism. So this whole top 5 surprised me by the end. I'm still shocked. In 5th place, we have the one and only Dark and Wild. Yep. Listen, this was originally in my top 3, but then I was like, I'm not crazy, so I didn't put it in top 3. However, I still feel like it deserves, like I said, I'm not fully sure on this list. Hear me out. I'm not fully sure on this list, especially when it comes to like this top 5 situation, but I feel like it definitely deserves to be this high up, if not higher. There are literally no skips on this album, and this was their first full album. Guys, come on. You have the intro. This is my favorite intro out of all of their intros that they've done. This is just non-stop fire. Also, this has my favorite cipher. Cipher part 3 is my favorite cipher. Masterpiece. Could you turn off your phone? Innovative. An innovative hit. Why aren't y'all turning off your phones? Why don't you look at each other? Why don't you talk? Why don't you just speak to me? This album is very angsty. This was when they were going like through their bad boy phase. So like I can understand why some people would rank this lower because it's very, you're not going to get many happy tracks in this song. Even the cover of it says, and I quote, "Love hurts. It causes anger, jealousy, obsession. Why don't you love me back?" So going into this album, you already know that what you're getting into. You're going to get into a lot of angsty shit. However, I love that. I love that. No skips. Danger, hit. War of Hormone, hit. Hip Hop File, let me know. Enough said. Let me know. Yeah, enough said. I don't need to say anything else. My favorite on this album, it's either Let Me Know or Second Grade. I forgot about how good Second Grade was, and then it came on the other day and I was like, yeah, because I used to listen to it all the time in middle school, and then I stopped because I overplayed it to the point where it got annoying, so I haven't listened to it in a while. It's definitely one of my favorites. Let Me Know or Second Grade. Don't make me choose. That is mean. I will not choose. I refuse to choose. Actually, I might be wrong. Hip Hop File, maybe? Anyways, next. Number 4. Y'all are about to be real mad at me. Map of the Soul 7. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. This is not a bad album in any means necessary. It's obviously not, since it's ranked in top 5. However, it's I feel like it was missing something. Like, out of all of BTS's full albums, I'm not ranking like their compilations or anything like that. This is like a full album. I felt like it was just missing something, but I loved it regardless. I think the reason why it's this low is because I skip the first 5 songs. No, the 4 songs on this album that are from Persona, because like I said, it's not my type of vibe. It's also ranked this low because why out of all the songs on Persona you take off the best one, Home? That made no sense to me. You take off what? It's a good album overall. I was listening to it today. Like, as I was ranking these, I was listening to them today. Great album. I realized I was really sleeping on this album because when it first came out, I was like, oh, this is cute. This is cute, but I don't think I've listened to it fully through since it came out. I added a few more songs from this album to my playlist today as I was listening to this. It's a really good album. Filter, Jimmy, My Time, Inner Child, Moon. I slept on Moon. Moon is actually a really good song. I don't know why I sleep on it. I was listening to it today and I was like, this is a low-key a bop. My fault, not theirs. Obviously, not anyone else says that's my fault. Yeah, there are a lot of low-key bops on this album. However, I didn't really look at it. That made sense. But I loved it enough to buy a physical copy. So, yeah. Next, we have Love Yourself, Answer. I don't know what y'all want me to say. This is definitely in my 3rd spot. And what about it? I was sleeping on this. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect this to rank it this high. I'm not kidding. But then I looked through it. Why wouldn't it rank this high? I told myself. I was like, why wouldn't it rank this high? It has Euphoria. It has Euphoria, which at first I wasn't the biggest fan of because, like I said, I don't do pop. And it's very poppy and EDM-ish, but also it's my boy, so I love it. I'm biased, okay? I'm sorry. But then it also has the trivias. I totally forgot about the trivias. It has the trivia, so I was like, okay, yeah, this is ranked higher. But you can't expect me not to rank it in top 3 when it has the trivias. It has the full version of Serendipity. Like, looking at this track list makes my brain short circuit. Not only that, it has Epiphany. It has I'm Fine. Genius. Whoever composed I'm Fine, I didn't look at it. Because when I'm Fine came out, almost all of the fans kind of didn't know what to do. We were heads empty, no thoughts. It was just hard to comprehend because we were bamboozled. Whoever thought of doing Save Me and I'm Fine like in a backwards world or whatever, like when if you know how it starts off and then like no words. I'm not making any sense, am I? But you guys know what I mean. Like, it's crazy. I still speechless. And then we get into volume 2 where we have all the Love Yourself Tear songs plus the Fake Love Rocking Vibe remix, which it is the better version of Fake Love. I said it, I'm not afraid to say it. I think we all know it, but we're just afraid to admit it. The Rocking Vibe version I listen to more than the original version, so take that for what you will. And then it also has the remix with Nicki Minaj. Look, it's a forgettable remix. I'm not saying that it's not. However, it's a remix with Nicki Minaj. You guys want me to rank it lower on here? Come on now. Come on now. No. My favorite, how do I pick a favorite? Okay, I'm gonna go based off of the newer songs, like I said, because I'm not doing like the songs off of Her and Tear and stuff. No. My favorite, okay, let me go off the Trivias. My favorite out of the Trivias is Love. It might be Just Dance. No, I think it's Love. Trivia Love is a different kind of just it brought something spicy to the table and I liked it. It's no hate to the other Trivias. Just Dance is a vibe. Like I listen to that when I want to get in a good mood. That's most of J-Hope's music though. You gotta listen to it if you want to be in a better mood. Seesaw makes me reflect on my life and my issues with relationships. I'd rather not. Yoongi's songs make you think, and when I'm in a depressing state of mind, then I will. Seesaw isn't a depressing song though, but then when I look at the lyrics, I'm just like, this is making me think about all the relationships in my life, and I don't need to think about that right now. Like I'd rather, but I do listen to it. Overall, my favorite out of this whole compilation album is probably, yeah, it's Trivia Love. Out of all the songs on here, it's Trivia Love. Next album, second place, Love Yourself, Tear. One word, Paradise. Love Maze, The Truth Untold. Not a single skip. I feel like out of all their newer comebacks for the past like 3 or 4 years, no, for about the past 3 years, out of their newer stuff, I feel like none of their comebacks have been like this since. Like this is my favorite out of their newer stuff, and this came out in 2018. So yeah, this is my favorite out of some of the newer stuff that they've been putting out. And I feel like none of their comebacks have compared to this since. When you have 134340, should have been a single, should have been a subtitle track, should have been something, but it wasn't. Okay, whatever, fine. But almost all of these have like subtitle track potential. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's like Singularity. You start off an album with Singularity and you don't want me to put it in top 3. Come on guys, be realistic here. You want me to look at Singularity and not put her in the top? Like this era was a game changer for me, because I was like, okay, because the only thing we got out of the Love Yourself era at this point was Love Yourself, Her, and I was like, okay, she's cute, but what do you want me to do with this? Like I was kind of like, where are they going with this whole Love Yourself thing? And I was like, I need an angsty concept, because I'm me and I like angsty and dark stuff. And what did they give me? They gave me Fake Love. They gave me Fake Love. This album definitely deserves a top 2 spot. I don't know how to put it into words. It just, next, the one, the only, the first and final place, Wings. Look, Wings. BTS shook the table with Wings. I don't know how you can say this isn't their best album. Look, best is different than favorite, okay? You can have a favorite album, but you have to think objectively when it comes to best. When you look at their best album, how do you not put Wings at first place? When you have an album with blood, sweat, and tears, they gave us solo projects within this album and then a little more. And then they gave us a little more with Cypher Part 4. They gave us Cypher Part 4. I'm gonna scream. They gave us Cypher Part 4. They gave us Blood, Sweat, and Tears. They gave us Boy Meets Evil, which y'all sleep on. Stop sleeping on that intro. J-Hope did what he had to do. They gave Oh my god, they gave so much. I still don't think I deserve this album, but I'm grateful for it every single day. I haven't listened to it fully in a while though, so like when this came on I wasn't prepared because like I said, I was listening to these albums chronologically. So like at this point, this was when a lot of fans really found BTS. Like this is when they reached like mega stardom. Once Blood, Sweat and Tears came out, the game changed. It was different, it was manipulated, it was BTS rearranged it in their favor. And you know what, no one's mad, no one should be mad, because Blood, Sweat and Tears is that girl. This album in general, yeah, what do you guys want me to say? This deserves the first spot. They didn't even give us an album, they give us a whole story. Because we were just like, how are you guys gonna top the HYYH, the Most Beautiful Moment in Life era? And they did. Objectively speaking, they did. I don't know how they do it. Because even with their solo songs, they're so different and they're also personal to them. But they also tell us the story that they were trying to tell for their concept. Like, does that make sense? Because with each of these songs, we got their own solo videos. And you guys know, I don't do the whole concept. Like, I don't do like the whole theories and like concept theories and all that stuff. I stopped that a long time ago because it started to stress me out. But we all know where we were when we saw the Blood, Sweat and Tears music video. We were all in tears, literally. We were, it wasn't, I feel like time stopped. I feel like time stopped. And then even without the solo tracks, you have Am I Wrong? It's a weird song. I'm not gonna say it's not. However, I like it. It's good. It's not skippable. It's also, look at the lyrics. They're telling us something. Telling us to get our shit together. And I will listen eventually. It's been 4 years, but I will listen eventually. 21st Century Girl, a bop, a whole bop. I don't play it as much as I used to, but whenever I watch a performance of this, I get happy. So, and then 2, 3, this song walked so Magic Shop could run. Yep. And then we have the interlude Wings. You guys know how I feel. I wanted the outro. I got the outro, which also I'm thankful for this album because it brought You Never Walk Alone, which gave me Wings outro. So therefore, I have no complaints. This album is their best work. What do you want me to say? Now, was I expecting this to be my top 3? No. Was I just as surprised as some of you were? Yes, but this is just the way it is. I had noticed while going through this that with BTS's full albums and their compilation albums, they just give a lot more because it's more to like base your opinion off of and like more to digest. So like you get a full-fledged opinion, whereas a mini album, it's kind of just like, it feels like, oh, okay, this is okay. But like with a full album and like a compilation, it's like a full body of work. I noticed because most of like my top 5 is basically just full albums and compilations, and I didn't do that on purpose, but that's just the way it ended up being. Like I said before, I'm willing to look at you guys' own rankings because I just want to know. Now I'm just gonna say my favorite eras. My favorite era was Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 2, because it's not only because it's like when I became a fan, but also I feel like that concept really suited them a lot. Like I love, like if you look at a picture of like the Run concept, like that whole frat boy thing they were going for, it suits them so much. Like it's crazy. I wish that they did a concept like that again, but we're probably not gonna get it. Never say never, but also like we're probably not gonna get it. I can see that the direction of music that BTS wants to make now, and like I feel like we're just not gonna get that again. So I love it for what it is. That is my favorite era. My favorite album, okay, favorite full album, Love Yourself Tear. Favorite mini album, the Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 2. Wait, no, that's wrong. It might be Part 1. It's one of those two, but you guys get what I mean. That's it. That's my video. This was long, I can see that now, but I had to say what I had to say. And I know that my rankings are probably going to change once BTS has a full-fledged comeback in October. I know it is, because they keep on releasing good stuff, and it's getting frustrating. But anyways, yeah, that's the video. If you like it, thanks. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your favorites are, favorite era, favorite albums, your rankings of them. I recommend that you guys all do this too, like go back and listen to their songs from beginning to where they are now, because you get to see their growth, and it's really nice. Like it made me get really emotional. Here's my social media if you want to interact with me, not just in the comments. I don't think I put that in the beginning. I need to start doing that, but yeah, Twitter is the one I use the most, so it's the one that you're getting right here. If you want to follow me on my others to be nice, I'm gonna put them in the description below. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day or night wherever you are. Bye bye everyone.